What's up, guys? This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. He is I, and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. Thank you for joining me once again, my friends, and welcome to the only channel you know of that's got over 10,000 subs, but can't get barely 200, 300 views. I don't know how that works, but guys, as always, I implore you to hit the like, share, subscribe. And of course, right there along that line, along that bottom, you will find a super thanks if you want to support this struggling channel. I really do appreciate it, but you guys know I'm going to keep on rocking because I don't know how to do anything else. I just go, bro. I'm a fighter. I do my thing, man. I don't quit. But anyway, listen, guys. I want to talk about this story that I saw yesterday, and I want to get your take on it because it's not sitting right with me. And as a fan, right, as a Marvel fan, which is becoming increasingly hard to be these days, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, I kind of do, right? Like right off the bat, I'm like, this doesn't feel right to me. But you guys let me know how you feel about this. Now, the article that I saw here is in Gizmodo.com, and it says, check this out. Stan Lee's likeness, the likeness of Stan Lee, has been sold to Marvel. It's been brokered by the company that Lee founded, and it's entered a 20-year deal for Lee's image. Now, as you guys know, Stan Lee died a few years ago now, but these people, for some reason, have bought the rights to his image. All right, so it says here, Genius Brands International and POW, POW, I don't think that stands for Prisoners of War, Entertainment, but in this context, you never know, have signed a 20-year deal with Marvel to bring Stan Lee back into the MCU and beyond, according to the Hollywood Reporter. Now, you know, like I said, the comics legend, he passed away in 2018. And his last in-person cameos were in 2019 for Captain Marvel, and I did like that cameo, guys. That's probably like the only part of that movie that I did like, the cameo. As a matter of fact, that's some of my favorite moments from classic MCU films, the cameos of Stan Lee, you know, because he always seemed like he was having fun, and that made it fun for us, just wondering where he was going to pop up. You know, it was always like a nice little wink, nod, you know, part of every film. All right, so his last in-person cameos were in 2019 for Captain Marvel, where he was digitally de-aged to fit the 1990s setting, and Avengers Endgame. With this new licensing deal, however, it seems like that might not be the last time we see Lee on screen. Wow. So, what can Marvel do with Stan Lee now that they bought the likeness of his image? It can use Stan Lee's name and likeness in feature films, TV productions, and at theme parks and experiences. For example, a cruise line. Why would you put Stan Lee's image in a cruise line? I guess you're just going to put a picture up of him or a robot, you know, dressed up like Captain Stooping from the Love Boat, you know. Welcome, welcome, you know, Excelsior. I mean, that's just, I don't know, guys. It can use digital technologies and archival footage to imitate Lee's likeness. Lee can appear as a toy. Oh my God. On stationery, apparel, and video games, and in virtual reality. Marvel can replicate, recreate, or use recordings of Lee's voice. Marvel can continue to use Lee's signature. His signature, guys. How are you using a dead man's signature? What the hell kind of sense? Like, what are you planning on doing here? Technically, the studio can place Lee in films, much like late Star Wars stars Carrie Fisher and Peter Cushing were digitally placed in Rogue One, and of course the so-called sequel, whatever it was that they did with Carrie Fisher. The difference is that those were characters. Carrie Fisher was playing Leia. Peter Cushing was playing Tarkin. You know what I'm saying? Who was Stan Lee playing? He wasn't an MCU character. He was a personality. He was a creator. He was a visionary. But why would you push to put his likeness in when he's gone? Like I said, missing from this will be the internal happiness that you saw, the playfulness of Stan Lee that made him alive. This is some Weekend at Bernie's shit, man. It's like you're just parading him around. And you know, it's funny because that likeness is what I've been saying for the longest. Star Wars, Marvel, DC, Star Trek, Doctor Who, all of these things, man. If you're going to say they're dead, then yeah, these people are parading their bodies around in the street like Weekend at Bernie's. It's like, that's what it is. And that's the reason why it comes off as soulless. And this is perhaps the most blatant violation an example of that I can name. You know what I'm saying? It's like when Charles M. Schulz died, the creator of Peanuts and Charlie Brown. You didn't see them injecting him all over the place. Tolkien, you don't see that. Roddenberry, you don't see that. It's like, why would you do this? You know what I mean? Why? It doesn't, I don't like this at all, but you guys can tell me in the comment section. Of course, there are some people who are okay with everything. Okay by us. They always say, well, they bought it so they can do what they want with it and you can go kick rocks. Get the fuck out of here, kiss my ass. I can always have an opinion about these things. You know what I mean? They can, but it doesn't mean that they should. All right? So, while there's the ability to recreate Lee for the screen, a source told THR that this new deal does not necessarily pave the way for the return of Lee cameos in the movies. What the hell did we just read? Of course it paves the way. You can say you don't know if they're going to do it, but they just got through outlining for you how it paves the way. Okay, they have the ability to do it. What they want to know is if audiences will accept this. This is part of the reason why I'm making this video, because I'm a part of the audience that doesn't like it. Now you guys can get in the comment section and let me know how you feel about it, because they do watch these videos, guys. Don't kid yourself. Don't believe anything these mother effers say. All right, oh, it's just a small minority. It doesn't matter. YouTubers are part of the problem. No. The reason why we're part of the problem is because we don't shut up. We don't kneel. We don't back down. We're loud. And that's the reason why they would have you believe that we don't matter. Okay, so anyway. So it doesn't necessarily pave the way for the return of Lee cameos in the movies. Andy Hayward, the chairman and CEO of Genius Brands, has said that there needed to be a steward of his legacy after the complicated reveal of Stan Lee's conflicts immediately after his death. Of course, even before he died, people around him were ringing him out to get the most money out of him, you know, at personal appearances and stuff like that. Once you get past a certain age, people should just leave you alone. But, you know, just like with Nichelle Nichols and, you know, what's going on with her, you know, the original and, to me, only Lieutenant Uhura, you know, you see these things. You know, when they get to be older, no one is really looking out for them as much as they're trying to exploit their legacy and what they, you know, what they gave to us. The audience revered Stan, and if it's done with taste and class and respectful of who he was, it will be welcomed. If you want to be respectful of who he was, let him rest in peace. A job well done, gifting us of the world with his creativity and his vision. All right, let that man rest, man. But he's a beloved personality, and long after you and I are gone, he will remain the essence of Marvel. Okay, now that part is true. Stan Lee will always be the essence of Marvel, but you're just taking it a little bit too far to me if you think that part of your respect for him means to literally buy his likeness and throw him up on things that he might not have approved of. Stan Lee was a very opinionated creator and personality. So you just can't, like, part of why I like to see those cameos is because it was almost like he was giving a nod, you know, to what they were doing, you know, no matter how you and I might feel about it. But if you just throw him up on any type of woke bullshit or nonsense or something that exploits what's going on out here, and you know deep down inside, or even if you don't know, there's no way you could know whether he would approve of that. To me, I'm crying foul, man, because they got the ability to do that now. They can put his face, his likeness, hell, his signature on anything now, any piece of shit now. They've got the right to do that for the next 20 years. All right, so guys, doesn't sit right with me, but you can get in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about this. The exploitation or the purchase, yeah, exploitation is my word. The fact of the matter is, this is the purchase of Stan Lee, the purchase of his image, the purchase of his likeness, the purchase of his memory and his legacy. That's what these people have done. How do you guys feel about it? As always, you can get in the comment section. You can like, share, subscribe. Thank you for any super thanks you guys might be inspired to give. And I will catch you on the next one. Thank you for listening, guys. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.